why this site was selected?
Thank you. That's a great question. We have a legacy of more than 7 decades here in Pennsylvania. And we have a presence here in Springhouse with our largest research and development site in the world here in Pennsylvania. And we have a great collaboration with the state government and the Economic Development Group. And we have found a place where there are real business-friendly policies for us to be able to invest. So it was the natural thing for us to keep our investment here in Pennsylvania and build this cell therapy facility here. So it was the natural place for us to go, given the legacy and the great collaboration we have had with the governor.
Is anybody else in the running?
Look, I prefer to focus on why Pennsylvania, and tell you, I mean, look, this is a state where we have a strong presence, deep talent pool with great academic institutions, great community colleges, and great collaboration from the governor's office to create a business-friendly environment that enables us to invest by cutting red tape, accelerating permitting, and providing us all the open door to be able to have a dialogue with them and speed up what we want to do, which is creating jobs here in Pennsylvania and being able to deliver therapies to patients faster.
And if I can just add, I know the question wasn't directed at me, but I want to say a word about J&J in this process. You know, Secretary Siger and I deal with CEOs all the time, and for some of them, it's a bottom line, what's on the spreadsheet, and that's how they make their decision. One of the things I was most impressed about with J&J and Joaquin's leadership is they care deeply about the community where they are going to plant their flag, where they're going to do this work, where they're going to recruit talent and put construction workers to work. They care deeply about how they're impacting a community. And that's the kind of person I want to work with. And that's why the Commonwealth thought that this was such an important initiative that we invested over $40 million. And we think that that is a wise investment, not only because of the jobs it will create, the life-saving therapies that will come from this work, but because of the broader impact it's going to have on the community. And I appreciate Joaquin's consideration of the broader community, not just what shows up on a spreadsheet.
Harold Brubeck from the Inquirer. The press release from the governor's office talked about a 12-year time frame for, it wasn't clear, it talked over 12 years, I think more than 500 jobs would be added. Is that like the overall ramp-up period for getting the plant fully operational?
No, the plant, we'll start working on the plant in the second half of 2026. So this year, for the plant to be fully operational, meaning for us to be able to deliver therapy for patients, it will take about 5 years, which is the normal timeline for an advanced manufacturing plant. And so we'll see that well into 2031. But the construction jobs will start immediately, more than 4,000 construction jobs, and people will be working on the plant much earlier than 31, because we need to do all the validation work in order to get the patients for the therapies for patients. So, these 500 jobs that would be created working on the plant would be much earlier than 31.
Okay, and then in terms of the products that would be made there, how much does J&J have now in terms of commercialized cell therapies? I know there's the Legend joint venture. What else is there?
In terms of cell therapy, which, as you know, is a new modality that utilizes your own immune system cells to be reprogrammed to attack the cancer cells and have demonstrated, impressive response rates like no other therapy. Our focus as of now is in multiple myeloma, and the next generation cell therapy that would improve and automate the manufacturing process to reach more patients is what we are actually building here in Pennsylvania in Lower Winnet. Next generation cell therapy, which is going to make the process more effective and will make it so that we'll be able to get to the patient that is giving us their own cells faster.
Okay. DC, anything? Nope. Okay. Mr. Guado?
Great.
And we have one more question from CBS.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wonderful to be with you.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Thank you.
Great. One more question?
Governor, if you could just respond to the judge's ruling that the slavery exhibit should be restored to the President's House exhibit.
Yeah, I made clear a couple weeks ago when we joined Philadelphia in the legal effort to stop the federal government that I would not let Donald Trump or anyone who works for him whitewash our shared history here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We need to know where we came from in order to chart a course for the future that's more inclusive, that's more tolerant, and more just. I'm disappointed that they've decided to prolong this fight, a fight that I believe we will eventually prevail in court, particularly after the favorable ruling just a couple days ago. But we'll continue to fight them in court, continue to support the city of Philadelphia in this litigation, and continue to fight to ensure our shared history is taught. Look, we're in the midst of celebrating 250 years of our Declaration of Independence, 250 years of trying to bring our communities together and build each successive generation better than the one before us. The fact that the Trump administration wants to undermine that by literally ripping off of a wall a message about our history, I think that's conduct that doesn't comport with what we're trying to celebrate, which is the 250th anniversary of this great nation. Okay? Thank you all very much. Have a great day.